So all the readings today are predicting an event to happen in the future. And in much of the language used, it doesn't sound like we're too excited. Even the last several weeks, Christ the King Sunday, the Sundays before that, and all the weekdays of November, we heard these prophets of gloom and doom. The end of the world is coming. Be careful. It'll come like a thief in the night. You don't know the day or the hour. There'll be the last judgment. There'll be reward and punishment. Doomsday prophecies. And today, the first day of a new year, we again have a similar theme. So maybe that's a nice transition between last year and this year, the whole idea of be ready, be vigilant. Yesterday is the beginning of a new year. So Happy New Year. Now, of course, 29 days from today will be the beginning of the secular New Year, January 1st, 2019. But the Christian church has kind of a jump start on a new year. We get ready for Christmas with this wonderful season of Advent. 4 Sundays before Christmas Day itself, Sundays 1, 2, 3, and 4, celebrating the preparation time for Christmas itself. But what about these readings, the end of the world? Well, if we take them literally, and we should, then they're talking about the end of the world. But we don't know when that's going to happen. Jesus said many, many times, you don't know the day or the hour, and if anyone tells you they do know the day or the hour, they're false. They're telling you the wrong thing. Then nobody knows. So these readings really only make sense when it is the end of the world. So what do they mean for us today? December 2nd, 2018. Well, what about the end of our world? And I don't mean the end of your life. That could be tonight. It could be 50, 60 years from now. Who knows? Most of us don't know the day nor the hour of that either. So as Jesus said, the world as we know it is going to change. The sun will fall, be darkened, the moon will fall, the stars will collide. So that physical world is going to change. Maybe we could interpret these readings tonight as how about our world needing change? What about the little world that you live in? The world of yourself, the world of your family, the world of your workplace, the world of your neighborhood. Are there some changes that need to take place there? Do some parts of that world need to come to an end? An end of the things in our lives that are not Christ-like at all? Well, what am I talking about? Well, for New Year's Day, again, January 1st, 2019, many of us will make New Year's Day resolutions. And usually they're ways to improve ourselves. We're going to lose weight during the new year. We're going to exercise more. We're going to spend more time with family and friends. And all those are good things. But oftentimes we have such a high bar that 2 or 3 weeks into the new year we quit or we've broken them. So I'm going to say on this new year, New Year's Day of the church year, time to make a resolution. And I want you to make it general and kind of broad. Don't worry about breaking it. It's not a sin, whatever. It's simply what in your world needs to be changed. What needs to die? What needs to end? Well, there's some suggestions in the gospel reading today. Jesus said, what about carousing and drunkenness? Well, if that's a problem for some of you, then you need to work on that. Or any addiction that's ruining your health, ruining your marriage, ruining your family life, maybe giving you trouble at work. If there's an addiction in your life, then that part of your world needs to come to an end. It pains me to hear about people who have holiday parties and it's ruined by someone who's drunk or someone who brings up politics or religion and there's a big fight. That's not what holiday gatherings are all about. It's supposed to be family togetherness, family love and friendship. So maybe if we're looking forward to the holidays, we need to let part of our world end that could ruin a holiday for your family. Think about it. But the one that Jesus said that affects me, and I think many people out here as well, is the anxieties of daily life. Some of us are so busy, we don't have time, or we don't think we have time to do the things we'd like to do. I'm busy. Now, some people don't know that. I told you I'm going to write a book. I probably never will because I'm too busy to write it. And I got 2 titles for this book. First title is, What Time is Midnight Mass? Duh. when the little hand and the big hand are in 12. Or the second optional title is, and what do you do the rest of the week? I just want to slap that person who asked that question. Sunday's my easy day. I love Sundays. The rest of the week I have meetings and appointments and hospital visits and sick calls and so on. And so sometimes I'm busy like so many of you. I know a lot of you are busy, busy, busy. I get home at night and I'd love to sit down in a comfy chair and read the Bible, but I'm just too tired. I'd like to journal. I'd like to spend more time in prayer. So what Jesus said, the anxieties of daily life certainly gets to me, and maybe it gets to you. So Advent is a time to make a change. Advent is meant to be a slow down season. It's the busiest month of the year, and so the church is kind of countercultural when it says, now slow down during December. We have so much to do during December. Holiday shopping and wrapping and sending and cooking and visiting and on and on. Some people dread the holidays. What a shame. The birth of Jesus Christ, something to dread? So maybe look again at your December plans. Slow down. Enjoy the holidays. When you get in your car tonight, if you haven't done so already, turn on the station that plays Christmas music all day long. That should put you in a good mood. Enjoy your shopping. Have fun. Make the best of this. You see, we need to prepare for the coming of the Lord into our lives year after year. Every December 25th, it's a new homecoming for Jesus in our lives. So how do we prepare if someone's visiting our house? Well, about 6 weeks ago, remember we had the French boys choir here Sunday night after this Mass. And there were 19 boys, and they were shipped out to different homes of parishioners. And I invited the family that ran the program to stay at my house. The wife was the conductor of the boys, and the husband was the instrument, the keyboard player. And they had two little children, I think 4 and 5 years old, little boy, little girl. So I invited them to stay at my house, and I thought, I got to get my house ready. Every 2 weeks, I have a maid service come and does some cleaning. So I made sure they came the day before the French family arrived. I made sure there was clean linen on the sheets, on the bed, clean towels in the bathroom. But I only have one guest room. You see, my house, when the church bought it, had 3 bedrooms upstairs, but one of them they had, as a model home, an exercise room. It's still an exercise room. Doesn't get used a whole lot. It has a treadmill and a bicycle in it. And so the parents said, well, our kids can sleep anywhere. They can sleep on the couch. So I bought an aero bed. Then, of course, I had to buy sheets for the aero bed. And I moved some of that exercise equipment over. And so it was all set. The bedrooms were ready. My house was ready. But then I had to think about food. Now, we were going to have food here after the concert, but I thought they might be hungry when they get home. So I bought a few snacks. 4 members in this family, mom, dad, son, and daughter. I bought popcorn and pretzels and potato chips and candy and cookies and cakes. Then I thought, what about, so that was enough for about 10 families. Then I thought, what about breakfast? They're going to have breakfast before they head off to Utah. So I bought bacon and eggs and yogurt and English muffins. And I thought, well, the kids want cereal. Kids love sugar. So I had Cocoa Krispies, Cocoa Puffs, Frosted Flakes, Sugar Pops, and for mom and dad, Raisin Bran and Special K. I had enough food. I still have it. But I wanted to make sure my home was ready. What about this home? What about the home in which we invite Jesus Christ to come into our lives every year on December 25th? We don't act surprised when we wake up in the morning and find out that Jesus is born. That happened 2018 years ago. We know that. But how is he going to come into our lives? So what part of your world needs to come to an end? What part of your world needs a drastic makeover, drastic change? And how are you going to prepare your life, your person, your world for the coming of Jesus Christ? I know in my world, I need to prioritize some things, to spend more time in prayer and scripture reading and not worry about getting everything done. It can wait till tomorrow, probably. What about your world? Are you willing to look into your world, to let die what needs to die, and to make space for Jesus Christ to be born again in your life? That's the challenge of Advent.